Good evening, um, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and friends. We are in for a treat tonight. This is the round of 16. We have Cheezinator versus GregglyPuff, affectionately known as GregglyPuff. This is match 1 of 3, if necessary. We are doing the best of 3 in this round. I am joined tonight by Dr. Rosalia in the booth. Doc, how are you?
I'm doing alright, thank you very much. I am the evil witch that controls all of time. And I'd say that this is a very interesting match. I did commentate on GregglyPuff's last match with Gouda, and that was pretty intense. And it looks like tonight's going to be an interesting one with a draft of Cheese going with a red mage, and then Greg backed it up with a black belt and a thief, and then Cheese rebutting with a black mage.
Definitely an interesting party. He's starting with the red mage, as you mentioned. GregglyPuff doing the black belt thief rebuttal, and he's going with the black mage. To the final. It's a balanced party. It's definitely offense-minded. You could be locked out of some very critical white spells, depending, where Life 2 falls, Invis 2, or Exit, etc. Fade. Fade may not be as necessary because you're going to be able to find Nuke somewhere. Hopefully you're going to find Nuke in the early pool, so you can use it. The blur things are very interesting. We are in the round of 16, so we're getting double blessings, double curses. So double blurs. The blur things on the red mage, plus 40 hit points. Thief luck. The negatives are negative 10 luck and negative 10 MDF. Black belt, plus katana, plus fighter strength. The negatives are negative 10 strength and negative 10 vitality. Thief is plus 15 luck and level 1 black spells. The cons are no bracelets and negative 10 strength. Black mage, you have black belt vitality and plus 20 MDF. Your cons are negative 20 hit points and negative 5 luck. So, looking at that, my initial comment is that black mage is actually going to be reasonably strong. Because you can, after the first couple levels and getting away from that negative 20 hit points, you're going to build vitality at the black belt level, and you're going to be able to hold up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to point out that this looks more like an offense-based build, kind of, especially with the black. Especially as you said, the black mage, black belt vitality, and the fighter strength on the black belt. But other than that, we're also going to see this party run a lot, especially with that red mage having the thief's luck and the thief having plus 15.
So one thing we saw is there was good white magic to start. We had Light 2 and Invis 2 in level 1. We also had Fire 3 as a sweeper to start in Black Magic. So that is definitely good because you're going to have 3 people who can use that Fire 3 to begin with, and that gives you a lot of sweeping.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing we did see, Imps have Scorch and GregglyPuff already got hit with them, and so took out his black mage. But he's getting off his Fire 3s, and he'll be the first one to take out Garland. He's his second test. And doesn't pick up anything good. Nopes out of that. We have C and Sip from the Royal, so this
I wouldn't consider that half bad. That's already one check you could pretty much check right now. Looks like GregglyPuff isn't going for it right now, but looks like
he's here to pick up somebody.
Yeah, he's getting that black mage revived first, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, you want that extra offense early on. So, all right, looks like GregglyPuff. Yeah, he's gonna. I'm wondering. I'm just kind of watching. Oh, there we go. Now Greg's gonna go grab his stuff. All right.
Looks like Cheezinator's taking the chance to go right ahead of him.
So the runner is essentially equal right now. All right, Adamant. So one thing we should note, we are also in if I'm not mistaken, Tone Shuffle. I want to make sure I got that right. Oh boy, we have red ankles out of those boxes.
Oh, no, that's not fun.
No,
That's not fun.
You don't want any of those, not this early. And besides, red ankles, next to nothing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They are a pain in the butt, and they give you absolutely nothing for your trouble.
So the red mage was able to learn this too. The red mage could not learn the life tube.
That must suck to see.
Mm-hmm. All right, so GregglyPuff is moving the play back to TOF. So he's going to check the grind tiles and find metal slimes with Dazzle. Now, what's really good is metal slimes are weaker to fire than all of your other sweepers, which is really nice. So if you have all of your offense, you can actually take down these metal slimes in a reasonable fashion. GregglyPuff going Temple of Fiends, going to get the grind, going for the grind tile looks like, and gonna see if he gets some nice stats. Cheezinator did the inventory plus up to kind of block off the inventory to help mitigate monster in the box.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. Where the runners will buy just like a bunch of cloths or a bunch of sticks to just like kind of be cheeky about it and try to avoid the monsters in a box.
Mm-hmm. You'll see the item, and if you're full, you'll see the item. You won't get the monster. If you know you want the item, you can draw. All right, so Provoca, something for note. Provoca is leading to Crescent Lake. It seems to have made the play over to Provoca already. He's going to check level 6 Mad. Oh, Fast and Temper.
Got it.
Yep. So that Black Mage is going to be definitely something to keep around. Alright, so he's just going to check out what we get. Circle of Sage gives TNT. So what GregglyPuff is doing, he's building off levels. He's going to grind these metal slimes. They're a great find early on. Going to get your party up. You can grab level 10, 12 pretty easily. But they are rolling a little high. And with the Dazzle, they are, if they hit the wrong person, then it's just going to slow things down. But he has he's actually with two good things in hand. He can make the check into dwarf and get everything all at once. Adamant, TNT, and the armory check. So that would be nice.
Yeah, Cheezinator's pretty much got his work cut out for him right now.
Yep. He's going to be doing a bunch of checks. Looks like GregglyPuff is just going to, going to go and looks like heal up. I wonder if he's going to take this grind any further. We find Crystal at the Beardy McSmith. And let's see what our Neric the TNT dwarf gives us. No. This itself is not a great find early because depending on what you do, you probably don't want to take this party and promote early because you're going to lose out on benefits of the pile. Gotta find a ribbon, which is really nice. Ooh, it's really... Oh, that's really hard.
Nice to find early game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's gonna go back, he's gonna get his crystal, he's gonna get his tail again. Now he knows what to avoid. He's gonna grab our ribbon, and he's gonna get out. Alright. Greggly is using up some of his spoils from the metal slime hunting, picking up a bunch of cabins, a bunch of we got that gold -1 and that ribbon +1. Alright. So we're putting that on our red mage. He's going to be the one that you want to keep up. Obviously, you hope that he's going to be your healer, long term, so you want to keep him protected.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with the state of spells right now.
he's doing a little dwarf extermination on his way out. Greggly is here at the entrance to what he thought was for Volga, but he got Crescent late. So now he looks like he's going to make the play over to, I'm trying to watch to see where he decided to go. Did he decide to go to Elfin, or did he decide to go to Original Crescent? Greggly has found the good news in Black Magic level 6. The one thing that Greggly has knowledge of, he does not, is that great grind in TOF. Likely going to make a difference early, but I'm not sure how much for long term, because you can find another grind elsewhere. For a party grind, though, it's really good. So
It is definitely an interesting situation.
So he's gonna go and grab and turn in his crystal. Let's see what this gives us. What's in there? Ruby.
He gets a shiny rock.
Mm-hmm. And flame -1. I guess you could throw that on your red mage. It's it's nice to have that. Something to swing with, but obviously there's it's not something you want to keep long term. So
it's something you want. You settle for it for now, but you definitely would want to replace it later on.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so GregglyPuff is going to do the same thing that Cheese did. He's going to get all his stuff in the dwarf cave. Alright, so what we're going to see here is, obviously, we're going to see some selling. I wonder, okay, so Cheese, when he went back in, he skipped over that dragon -2 armor after resetting off of the surprise attack. So he doesn't have that to sell. He did pick up a couple of quick essentials. Now let's see if he makes the play to go up to TOF, and no, I don't think he is. No, he's just gonna grab a Oh, he's forgetting he does not have Canal right now. Okay, so we have Canal, but Canal is obviously not free. Canal is loose in a box.
I'm half betting, half hoping that it's in marsh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I would absolutely not want to go to Ice Cave right now.
Nope. Okay, so it looks like... Alright, so we ran into ourselves a big old pack of pirates. So GregglyPuff lost people, but he was able to get away from that big surprise out of the box. Alright, so we get Slab off of Biggie, and obviously Provoca was sitting in Elfham's spot. Alright, we have time for sale. So we know progression is in Elflin with big quotes. Oh, GregglyPuff has found white ice dragons, or frosties, technically, at Northwest Castle, but that doesn't look like something he's operating right now on a 2-person party. I'm wondering if he's going to keep this long term. He might be. We have Lip 2, Zap, Sleep and Slow in Black Magic 2. Not bad. You have Fire 3, and Lip 2 is a decent sleeper. You have Cure 4 and Heal 3 at level 2 White Magic, so that's really nice, and they're all Red Mage learnable.
That's good to see.
Yeah, Red Mage is going to be an essential party member to keep up. The fact that we have GregglyPuff having him down right now, when GregglyPuff gets there, he's got to decide, alright, do I want to bring him back up? Do I want to, what do I want to do with him? Alright, but he already has his Black Mage and Black Belt at level 12. Those kind of levels make Diving Marsh a little less scary. All right, here we have Gerstark in that box. Nightmare's on the trap tile. Oh, there's the card. Okay, he's doing a thing. I don't want any part of that.
I don't blame him for doing that, because that does not look like fun at this point in the run.
So Greystark have Blizzard. That is something that I don't think he saw in his surprise box, but GregglyPuff did get Blizzard, and that took out 2 of his characters early on. So yeah, that's going to make these fights very, very dicey, because Greystarks are pretty common there. And they're also a pack that you sometimes want to take for a good level. And the fact that they're pretty dangerous with Blizzard, depending on how many ribbons you find, so it's gonna be a tough call. This Frosty tile that GregglyPuff has found is actually really nice because the Frosty rolls pretty reasonably low. I think 140 on the Fire 3 is taking them out. Yeah, 144, 139. It's good to see.
Cheezinator finds the cube in Upper Marsh.
Absolutely. Just going to call that. So Cheezinator now has direct knowledge of full progression for Mirage Tower. He knows where he has to go by time. He's going to be able to get it depending on how many he decides to take out along his way. I think he'll have enough by the time he gets back. What's good is you have progression early, so depending on how much you want to run, how much you want to sleep, you have some good knowledge already, for go mode. So, it's still plenty early, there's still a lot to go, but this early knowing where 2 very key items are, good to have that knowledge.
Although I'd say it's kind of scary right now, because this probably meaning a back now it could be in ice.
That's the rough part. So let's take a look back at GregglyPuff. He's taking this Frosty grind pretty long. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's probably at 15 or 16 already. No, 17.
17.
So his black belt actually...
He's probably trying to build up that black belt.
Yeah.
As he's known to do.
Yeah, he's gonna take that black belt. This kind of party, if he can get to a spot where, he gets that black belt to a place where it can actually, it is soloing 1, no problem. And he does have the gold and the ribbon on it, so they're still hitting pretty hard to that gold -1. But right now, obviously, I wonder if he's going to take this 21 and then start to move out. Okay, we see Crescent Lake leads us to Gaia, and Nuke is at level 7 Black Magic.
Okay. That's not nice.
Nope. Okay. Alright, so she's going to heal up, and obviously this kind of sticks him. You can't do anything, obviously, in Gaia without the bottle. You don't have bottle. So he has new, and knows that any kind of progress he needs is going to be likely in ice. It's going to be ice, and that's unfortunate. So at these kind of levels, he's more than likely going to have to take some grinds here in the Crescent Lake area. If I'm not mistaken, I think we might be seeing giants off of the power cycle. Let me double check to see if that was actually what he found, what he got. Alright, so he's a level 8 across the board. Meanwhile, Greggly is doing through resources. I think he's now at a point where two white dragons, or frost dragons, are not giving a level for battle for the 2 party members. This is probably what we're going to, we're probably going to see him stop it soon. Nice thing of note, we have Pro Rings -1 at the in Gaia, so we know where we need to come for death protection.
I'd say that's... I've seen worse pro ring crisis.
The thing is, when it comes to the Pro Ring, the death protection is what you want. If it rolls up, great. If it doesn't, the benefits of a Pro Ring -1 far outweigh the, bringing the absorb down a little bit. Looks like we did pick up 2 Pro Rings, so we have our mages covered with death protection, so that's good. We do have, obviously, the Ribbon, which is giving that Red Mage a lot of elemental mitigation, so the Red Mage is going to be in a safe spot for quite some time. So this is a nice party pack to take. Alright, so it looks like GregglyPuff, obviously, he took that grind, he lost his black belt. He's gonna have to oh no, I'm sorry, he lost his black mage. He's gonna take his black belt, and it looks like he's gonna take this grind even further.
Yeah, that's what I expected of him.
Though these dragons are actually still hitting pretty hard.
And now he's starting to hit them harder.
He hit that first magical level of 21. That's where you obviously pick up a couple of extra hits. So he's going to have no problem taking down solo packs. But depending on turn order, he's going to have to be careful about these double packs. Alright, but with the solo black belt, he is able to get a level off of a single fight for himself. Knowing what GregglyPuff knows, he's up against, we mentioned that Cheezinator is a SD live champ 34. GregglyPuff is well aware of the caliber of his opponent, so he's likely not going to take this grind. Absolutely not going to take this grind to 42. That would be way too much time. But I could see him taking this close to 30, and then likely, picking up 32 along the way.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. He's definitely been with Cheezinator a lot. And, yeah, he's taking the seriousness of, his opponent into... what am I trying to say? He knows what he's doing right now. And I expect him to, account for it.
So meanwhile, over on Speed's spot, he's here, he's dealing with Ice Phase. So he has Fire Tree, which gives you a good sweeper for the majority of the monsters in the area. Obviously, packs of Frostbolts and Frosties and mages and these images inspectors, any of the obviously the ghoul-like monsters, the geese, the specters, you can all kind of sweep out. He does not have warp, so we're not going to see any warp tricks today. But he is going to check this tactile, find
seafood platter, that's not fun.
No, looks he's gonna he gets away. Yeah, he doesn't want to keep that fight. Okay, we have the images have twins. Really nice because they targeted the 2 people that had the Pro Rings.
But it's not fun to see an ice cave.
Nope. Yeah, and definitely on a common enemy. So, seeing them on something like, let's say here, if you pick up what's the less common enemy in ice. Frost giants are around, but they're not super common. A frost giant with squid is not nearly as scary as, say, obviously an image with squid, because images are extremely common in those undead party platters. Right, so Doc, did you happen to see where GregglyPuff ended up with the with his grind?
I did not see, unfortunately. But if I had to take a guess, I'd probably say he's about around level 30.
Here we go. He finds Canal in.
Oh,
that's the wrong color. That's the wrong color. You don't want to see that.
That's not the right color. Get out of here.
Oh dear. Okay. I think he's going to take this Canal and run. I don't think he's looking for anything more. Right.
I don't blame him with those images with Squint.
No, not just that. It's just the entire composition. Okay, we have Dice with Cremate. Okay, so good. Red Mage gets off with Fire 3. It's going to probably clear off the rest of his path. It gets this, going to get out. GregglyPuff sees his Ruby. And he's going to head back. So, Cheezinator has lots of exploration in hand, has made his way successfully through ice, and has gotten his progression. GregglyPuff has the grind. So that's the main difference. It is knowledge and progression versus levels. And obviously, money situation as well. GregglyPuff got a lot off of that big grind with the Frosty, so he's now going to be able to come here. He's going to be able to pick up fast. He's going to pick up temper, and he's going to be able to arm his light rollers with whatever he wants right now for the time being. Looks like though he's not picking up anybody at the moment. Alright, let's see here. Okay, let's see, he's making his way. He's just going to skip doing Volcano, and I agree with that play. You don't want to go in there with this kind of a party comp with this few of levels this early. He's going to go and grab. It looks like he's going to go grab his time, which he knew was here. GregglyPuff is actually in the same spot, but obviously is right now going to get the knowledge of picking up like what is here and what's not. He's doing some restocking, and GregglyPuff, he raised his character. He didn't heal them. Hits the pirate fight, gets him killed, and then has to go all the way back. So just a quick little mental flip up there. Whenever you res your characters, people always hit the inn or use a house. Get your hit points back. That's something that you don't want to forget. So Steve walks into Melman and finds Onrak. That's not something that we can do anything with because we don't have Oxygel.
Yeah. So that's not fun.
Nope. Might as well check the magic while he's here. He'll tune a lit. I think, yeah, you can get the top Quake and Slow too, so really nothing there. He's taking a second to think about what he wants to do. There's literally nothing you can do going to Onrak this early. He's going to obviously make the play over and going to find whatever Starda has from the Ruby. So looking over Puff side, he brought up his Beast so he could have an AoE, because otherwise he'd be sitting on this fight with the pirates way too long. I mean, having to swing 9 times against these pirates is, not fun. Gets the slap for trouble. It's going to hit into the Titan's Grove over on Steve's side. Let's see here. Really nothing good in the armor shop to provoke us. Steve is not going to test the Titan's Grove in this black set. It is not incentivized, with Monster Box, even less incentive to go and check those tests. I've seen a couple of PC runners do that in the Monster Box class set so far. It's a low probability you're gonna find anything good. He's finding Rod, which is vanilla. So based on what we have right now, you don't have the levels. You could make a grind pack in in Earth, and but you don't have the levels in it. You really don't have a sweeper to do anything with Lit. So that's really not a good play to make a go down. GregglyPuff
finding the cube in that linked chest.
So luckily, when I saw him go down, I'm like, oh, is he gonna go straight down and miss the link test? But he finds it and saves himself from having to go all the way to the basement, which is really nice. He's on the other hand is gonna check for the grind, find zombies, which actually is not a bad grind. He definitely rolled up over the they rolled up. We're looking probably 500 hit points plus. And then water's on the other. Yeah. Looks like he might take one. Oops, lost his bonk, so that's not something he wants to keep. GregglyPuff, on the other hand, he's back in Northwest Castle. Wonder if he's now with a few more with another key item and some more knowledge in his hand, gonna continue his grind. Yep. Where's he at now? Alright, he's at 27.
Yeah, he's at level 27.
He's on the way back from on the way back from Earth. He finds, I'm not sure if it was the ogres or the hyenas have blades. Yuck.
Either way, it's not fun.
Nope. Alright, so the play right now is it's ordeal. That's where you can go.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Really, the only point of interest that's going to have something at this point would be ordeals.
Yeah, and it's literally the only thing you can do. So let's see what we get. So alright, so GregglyPuff taking off the armor. Looks like he's gonna keep on this grind. I think he's pushing 32. That's the only thing I can think of going right now. Alright. He's finding ordeals. These palette swaps and these backgrounds are super interesting. I have not played Entrance Shuffle at all, so this is fresh for me.
I haven't either, so
it's fun to comment on it. Greggly is at 29 now. 3 zombos. This is a fight you want to do. What I'm going to predict is by the time, so when he finds the crown, he's going to find the grind there, the white dragon. It's an okay grind, for a party. It's decent for a single black belt. The thing is though, Greggly has sunk a lot of time into this grind and has about level 30 to go for it, and we're over 32 minutes into the seed, and he doesn't have a lot of progression. He's on the other hand makes his way pretty reasonably through the ordeals made. Jumped by this party, so hopefully we don't find any scripts on this, but yeah, this is a pack that you want to
They're
take.
not fun.
All right, gets off pretty good turn order with his red main, and that's a nice pack to pull some experience from. 1700 plus for a 4-pack. Oh, I'm wondering if you forget about the jump, or did you want to see this again? Right.
Either way, his thief is down, so it looks like he's going for the grind.
But this is definitely not something that you want to take with anything less than 3 people, and you need your sweeper on this. Absolutely, your characters are not running up with this. If you had a main stick on your black belt right now, that would be something that you could theoretically, maybe, hit this a couple more times and do less than, 1 person. But at the same time, you find another pack. This time doesn't get junk, which is nice. It was probably the pocket pieces in that triggered the surprise attack. Okay. Gonna look back over at GregglyPuff. Let's see where he ends up after this fight. Alright,
he's at level 33. Cheezinator getting the Ogg sale.
Okay, so nice about that. He knows that he can go back. Obviously, he can go back to Onrak, which was at Melmond, and that's his progression. Ray worked pretty hard. Alright, he's gonna have to make his trek all the way back with 2 of his characters down. But he can burn off some encounters here on the overworld, and then likely get to his ship and get back. I can see let's see, he'll be going. Now, I'm not certain. Doc, did you check the flag set? Do we have Northern Docks on? I don't recall if we do or not.
I'd have to ask our tracker because I'm not sure if we do.
Okay. The way that he's going, I believe he's. Yes, we do have Northern Docks. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so my comment earlier about ordeals was, the only place to go. Not necessarily. We do find Lefane, obviously, in where we would want to see Onrak. We can't do anything right now because we need to find Melmond to actually translate the slab. But we know where we can go once we get it. But while you're here, let's go do Waterfall.
Yeah, that's absolutely understandable right now. I can understand that.
Alright, so GregglyPuff is 36. He is going to take this grind to 42. I'm a little surprised the time that it takes. Now, in a normal game, you have a 42 black belt, you murder everything, but that's because you know the exact path you need to take. You know where everything is, you know where you need to go. Infinite Shuffle turns everything on its head. And that means that GregglyPuff is going to have to slog through every single one of these places that he seizes, without, he's going to be able to just kind of put on, he's going to be able to bulldoze through everything. However, he's still got to go through everything. And he's just slowly making all the progress. With the fact that he's gotten so much progression, and it is that's the thing. The knowledge here, I think, still outweighs things for Cheese a little bit, even with the levels that Greggly has. That's kind of my call right now.
He's going to pretty much blaze his way through everything, but at the same time, he's gonna lose a lot of time just figuring out where to go, because
in looking here, Do we happen to see what the robot gave us? Magnum, did you happen to see that, what we got in, okay, we got Crown. Thank you, Crabcake. Okay, I was having trouble finding and I finally got into SpeedGaming 1. So we're doing a lot of fetching and back and forth. Okay. Question in chat. So RKL18 asking if Warp X is seen or locked out. We have not seen Warp, and we have not seen Exit yet.
That's fine. It's not exactly fine, but with this party, it's manageable.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for Cheese, his black belt is still kind of fragile. Definitely making things a little difficult getting out of. Okay. Oh, unfortunately. Oh, that's rough. Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Those nightmares. They really give you nightmares.
Mm-hmm. It was just it was unfortunate on that turn order. Looks like he should be able to. He's getting close. I think he'll be able to make it. Yep. Okay, very nice.
Yep, and now GregglyPuff, now having hit level at 42, he's now stopped his grind, and looks like he's finally getting on with his progression.
Yep. Okay. So we have a huge dichotomy, obviously, in our parties. We have knowledge and progression, and a lot of exploration on Steve's side, and we have a huge pile of levels on Greggly's side. As we were just saying before, Greggly's going to be able to walk through and pretty much murder the entire rest of the seed. However, he still has to pick up all these ball and pins and drag them on the back of his black belt for the rest of the seed. With that said, Greggly having the tail, when we get floater access, you could actually promote and pick up any of the locked out items, and you obviously lose is no major difference. If you have a 42 black belt, you have all your extra hits that you want, and you have essentially a walking ribbon. So you have one character with the one ribbon that we have so far that's on that red mage, and the black belt himself is a walking ribbon with the MDef equivalent of that on the actual character. Speed stopping, going to do a little bit of counter burning, and we're going to see him head back to Northwest Castle with his crown. Let's see what kind of progression we get here. Okay, what does Castos have for us today? Has the bottle, which is good.
Yeah. Considering that Crescent is
Gaia,
and it's not floater locked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. GregglyPuff is going to make his way into Ice Cave. Obviously, one of his characters will have no fear of anything in here. Also, at this level, you're going to start to see that fear factor. It's going to be that, what is it? What's the specific term? It's not the sanity test. It's, obviously, it's the morale test, and that's the word I was looking for. So monsters are going to have your morale test at a certain level, so you're going to see a lot of running. That's going to aid GregglyPuff in getting down through the rest of this, so I think you're going to have a lot of monsters running from him. Mm-hmm. Morale break. Thank you, Hope. Interesting. He's just going to make the jump up to COF. He's going to find the Metal Slime. Okay, I think he's gonna be happy to see this because this is something that you're gonna, like to take for parties. Ooh.
Oh, you were set out of that.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he just wanted to do the cheeky check to see what it was, see if he was missing anything, and he wasn't. He actually, now that I look back at it, I know what he was seeing. He saw that the metal slimes rolled up and were going to take multiple fire threes to actually, take down. So that was not a worthwhile grind.
Yeah. Once again, I absolutely do not blame him for this. Like,
yeah, when you find a grind, there's a couple things you want to always be completely. You want to keep in the back of your mind: how quickly you can do it, how safely you can do it, and what are the yields on that grind. Metal slimes are a fantastic grind to take for a party, but if they roll down, he's finding loot at the ferry, so it's progression. Rough thing though is it's not something we need right now.
it's necessary, but it's not probably what he wants to see right now.
Nope. All right. So looking over at Clean's side, looks like we gotta do volcano. GregglyPuff having fun at now. He is back out. He's gonna save. He's gonna burn off encounters. And he's gonna drop in. GregglyPuff is gonna head back to Crescent, which is actually Gaia. He's not gonna stop here. We're gonna do some checks for grind, and then likely gonna head over to Armory. Okay. So what we're waiting for. Yep. Yeah, Crabcase pointed out that that didn't think they were going to check. He was just checking Armory for items. I'm sorry, for the grind. Now Cheese is thinking. Pause. They know what to do.
Yeah, this is not a fun spot for him right now.
No. Okay, so what can you do? You have Octale. I mean, Steve Bryan is your play. That's what you can do. And wait a second. Yeah. It's Crabcase. We're Floorless Go mode. Does not have the ability to kill carry. So what do you do here? For anybody who's newer in the chat, when you see a veteran runner like that pause that long, that is them trying to figure out what they want to do because they're in a spot where it's a really dicey situation. If you keep grind, you have it, but Steep Grind's going to be nasty with those Blizzard Graveyard. Yeah, that's true. He could have paused because he had to take a restroom break. Midnight
Just
snack.
had to go get a snack for a quick moment.
Okay. Alright, so he's doing a power cycle. He's gonna take a long. Alright. Based on what I'm seeing here. Alright. He's gonna drop back into Crescent Lake. Alright, so he's gonna pick up fast, he's gonna pick up temper. Does doesn't need Quad X or Lock. Yeah. Greggly now with the rod in hand is going to walk down, is going to punch Lich in the face. Yeah, these lack of levels are catching up to Cheese. He's gonna have to make some. He's gonna have to make some choices. He's got to find some levels so it gives him some ability to actually go kill fiends. Where he's at right now, I mean, Lich is about the best he can do, but that's even stretching it a little bit.
Even knowing his opponent right now, he doesn't know where Greggly is, and just like that feeling of suspense over him must be getting to him at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not typically what we see out of Steve. He's just in a spot where he's sunk all the time to get on the progression, but now he has to find the time and the place to get the grind done. That's what Greggly did. And now Greggly's just going to slowly work his way all the way through this. Through everything. So really the only thing that's going to slow Greggly down is just putting the pieces of this puzzle together. He's going to go down and he's going to light this one really quickly. I think, based on what I see here, he's just going to make that Earth play as well. He's probably looking at this as his best chance in terms of being able to do something and actually, progress his game. My God, he's just getting plenty of encounters. Plenty of reset. Yeah. Hope making a really good observation that, the only thing slowing Greggly down right now is the snip. Okay, yep, 10 hits, 642. Lich goes down, so at 49-45, we have our first orb lit by GregglyPuff. He has lit his Earth Orb.
Man, Jesus got to be feeling the pressure right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows that GregglyPuff favors and likes to do black belt grind, so it must be in the back of his mind that he's probably going up against somebody with he's probably thinking, all right, Greggly has the grind. Unfortunately, what Greggly does not have is, he walks in the on-rack and does not have Oxio, so he can't go down and punch Kraken in the face. He's gonna find that he'll be able to go do that very soon. It's just time that's keeping GregglyPuff from doing everything. He's gonna find things eventually. Oh, he's running.
These guys start taking a toll on Cheezinator right now with the cremate.
Yep. Really, the only character that was able to pull through was that red maid and the black belt, who had at least enough hit points to survive that. But poor black maid is taking a nap. Let's see here.
That's interesting, considering the last time I commentated on GregglyPuff's race, and he even said I mess around for the first hour and a half, and then the last 10-20 minutes I actually start running the game. So
GregglyPuff is one of those that he will look for that grind and he will make his black belt insurmountable, and that's just the way things go. So essentially you have a monster of a character, your 42 black belt, pulling 3 light warrior deadweights behind him and, kicking and screaming. And again, the only thing that slows him down is missteps here or there, or just encounter tables. And we had a very favorable here we go. Yeah, Crabcakes is making the note that we're looking at the grind tiles on Earth 4. I don't like this though because of the blizzard on the graveyard.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of scary for this grind.
No, it's not this isn't something you want to take. Alright. Things is not going to be anything. Yeah, that's not something I would sit on. With Caesar's level, I'm not certain if he can do. I'm not certain if he can do this. I just don't know. Maybe he can make an outlet.
I don't know. The world may never know.
Oh, okay. Alright, I was like, do we have a soft potion? Sometimes you're always asking yourself that. Do I have a soft potion or not?
You never ask yourself that question until you get stoned.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, so we're gonna do fire 3 and we're gonna bonk. And we're gonna punt.
Bonk not going out so well with only 22 HP.
Mm-hmm. Fire 3 is doing decent damage. But you're gonna get paralyzed.
That's not fun.
So, brings up tier 4. One thing about tier 4, you're definitely gonna see, you're gonna see that, cure some ailments too. Okay, so this is just gonna be a slow punch through. Oh, and he takes down Lick, so at 5430, he has lit his first orb. So, he's got some progress under his belt. It helps you feel good, and gonna help our trackers here. We're gonna catch up on our orb lighting.
It's still important to note that Cheese is practically in go mode at this point. He's practically good to go. If he wanted to do the rest of the orbs, he can at this point.
Well,
meanwhile, Puff is pretty much going to have to play catch up again, which he's already doing with great speed.
That's the thing. GregglyPuff can just. So that's what we've established here is GregglyPuff having the levels. It's now just time. Time is the only thing in front of GregglyPuff. He has everything he needs. However, he has the level in front of him that is going to make things a lot more difficult. GregglyPuff picking up his crown here in things that what else also kind of slows down GregglyPuff. You don't have exit, you don't have warp, so you're gonna be walking everywhere. But it's a lot less scary when you're walking out of Waterfall with a 42 black belt than with a party at 15 or 16 that Speed was doing.
Yeah, and that's another thing. GregglyPuff's pretty much going to be ready to go when he's ready to hit Topher. I don't know about Cheezinator.
Yeah, that's the thing. Speed's has got to get these levels somewhere. So Speed is heading over to Desert. As people mentioned, and this is about what you're gonna be able to do. Let's see if the Desert gives us any grind. If you happen to find a decent grind here, and he's able to catch up. Okay, so we have what's off the power cycle in this. Okay, Full Glow is not great. Red Ink was even worse. Alright, so let's see what this next quadrant does. Single Ink Glow, not great.
Oh, this isn't great.
No? Alright, let's
this
see what the Northwest
fun for anybody.
Let's see what the Northwest Quadrant gives us. Tyrone!
Oh,
Stakes! It's something. Okay.
It's a thing!
Okay,
Is he possibly going for steak and wings? Well, there's
There-
steak and wings, and he just reset out of it, so I
Well,
don't know
he's
what
looking
he's
for the
doing.
second. Oh, he finds sandwiches. Okay.
Oh. Oh, so
Okay.
he's going for the sandwich instead of the steak and wings.
Well, he could do either. All right, here we go. He found his drawing. He's gonna flip his characters. He knows that this is what he got it. All right, he's got plenty of. All right. Okay, good. He gets jumped. All right, so he's gonna take them back to back. This is not a bad thing. You know, desert provides.
Yeah, this is what I would do here. I would take both the steak and wings and the sandwiches at the same time, because that makes for a decent grind.
Arrows roll up. Oh wow, the home roll up.
Meanwhile, over on the right here, we've got GregglyPuff. He's visiting Guy again and getting his pro rings.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sandwiches aren't too bad. Alright, so we have, we're close. Greggly picked up his loot. So GregglyPuff knows, alright, GregglyPuff is in go mode right now. He's got the levels, he's got everything he needs. He's got to find everything. He's got everything. He
is good to go.
Yep. He's gonna see what. Let's see here. I think. Okay, so he's skipping out of the Pyro fight, and he's going straight to the sandwiches. I like this. That is about the best thing he can do right now. Greggly, though, heading to Volcano, he's gonna go and stomp his way down to. Stomp his way down to Gary. That's the beauty of this. He's not stopping for anything.
He knows what he came here to do, and he's going to do it pretty fairly quickly. Maybe with a few punches to the face to anyone who gets in his way.
Okay, so we have sandwiches are at about, I think, was it 250? I think his black belt is not quite there yet to be able to one-shot them. Does get a really nice boost there. Does make it to 21. So he gets his next hit, his next punch breakpoint. I think he's gonna try for the pyro. They're pretty hard. Might still get through. Okay, 3 hits and he's taking this pyro out. Okay, so we're at 22 now. And double sandwiches. I believe with these sets of the extra hit break point, okay, so he's able to clear them.
And there goes Carrie.
Yep. Carrie's down at 101.01. And we have our second orb lit on GregglyPuff's side. So we'll light that orb here. Let's see. Okay.
Meanwhile, Cheezinator is still dealing with this shoe leather of a steak. Not really the tender piece of meat I'd like to have, but hey.
No. Oh, this is a little bit dicey. Okay, see if he gets turn order here. Okay, he died. Oh, that's lucky. Alright, so 2 sandwiches, about 10k. 1 pyro, he gets about 6,400. So he's getting a level per fight around now. Great. So where's GregglyPuff heading? Looks like he is heading to, if I'm not mistaken, he's heading his way to desert as well. Alright, so we're going to find our runners in almost the same exact spot. However, Greggly is ahead by one orb. All other exploration is equivalent. Greggly is heading straight in, and he's not stopping. So, unless you have a really nasty yeah, this is where finding that early grind and committing to it when you have a seed of this unknown variant and it can really just put you, in an advantage. We were thinking, oh wow, all the time you sink into that Frosty is going to put you behind. However, he's never found and or committed to a grind that he could do while he was exploring. So that's why he just fell further and further behind.
Yeah. That's sort of a trend I've noticed with GregglyPuff. I know I'm kind of sounding like a broken record, but that's just kind of his tactic, especially with the black belt.
Mm-hmm.
His trademark, if you will.
Yeah. So what I would hope is that he gets comfortable at least at level 32 and decides to go. Otherwise, if he takes this to 42, he's not going to have a chance to catch up to Greggly. Because right now, obviously, Greggly is within 2 minutes of taking out Tiamat. So, all right, where is he right now? I think he's at 30. Okay.
Let's see if we can get some hugs. Some nice roar mech hugs. Up in
wow.
There she is. There's Terra. And with Ice 3. Oh.
Okay. Takes out the Black Mage.
No hug today.
Nope. Well,
I honestly don't blame him with Terra having a Ice 3.
Yeah, that's just something that you don't want to spend time on. Alright, so 10 hits, 565. Tiamat taking out that red main. Black Belt responding in time, so at 105.20, Greggly has lit his 3rd orb. And he is on his way to Onrax. Okay, so he just hit 33. Ooh, he's gonna take this. He's gonna go further.
This is to go even further beyond.
Yeah, at this point in time, knowing at what time frame what time you're sitting at, you have to be thinking that Greggly is nearing Topher. I mean, it's a good grind, but it's not.
It really isn't ideal for his situation right now. Mm-hmm. Like, he's gotta be like feeling some sort of pressure. Like, he's gotta feel like the clock beating down on him right now.
Okay. Alright, so he's at 35. Based on this kind of, okay, I'm going to try to take an estimation. I mean, he's not getting the guaranteed 2 sandwiches on the second fight in the cycle, and his fight with the steak and wings is not always guaranteed to be steak and wings. Sometimes we're seeing steak. So, it's going to be. I'm thinking if he takes us to 42, it's going to be another probably 4 or 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Greggly he's going to revive his entire, well, at least 2. No, he's reviving his whole party. He's going to save. He's going to walk down the Kraken, and we're going to have a dead squid in about 4 minutes.
Who here likes calamari?
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that palette swap on Seaside is wicked.
Man.
And meanwhile, over at Seaside, Bonk is at 37. The unfortunate thing about these sandwiches, they are getting the jump on almost every single fight. It's definitely slowing things down. Not making anything fair over here.
It's not working in his favor at all.
No. At this point, I don't know. I would say he would need to get out of this. 38 is really strong. Yeah, it's not your walking ribbon, but just go. You're running against Greggly, you're running against a black belt, a known black belt expert, who likely, in his mind, he has to know that Greggly is likely sitting on a 42 black belt and has multiple orbs left. He has to go.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's going to...
Like I said, he's got to be feeling like some sort of pressure right now.
Yeah. The one thing that, depending... here's my prediction, though. That pause that we saw when he was coming out of Volcano, I think that point he realized that he probably had lost this race just because of how much time it took him to light his first orb. However, the good thing, this is the best 2 out of 3. So he may have sunk, on the seed. However, he has a chance to obviously come back in the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a chance.
Now, yeah.
He's like, okay, I can take this loss, but let me at least, try my best to be the most prepared.
He's at 41. Greggly has lit his 4th orb. While I went yak, and I apologize, he lit his orb at about 109.40. Greggly's on his way to Topher.
Yeah, he is straight up on the move now. He is probably just going to head straight over there.
There is one thing, though, that is going to be a huge... one thing is going to be a huge issue. I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing. He's in Vicinity. Okay, he's not taking... Oh, he's going back and he's gonna res everybody. Alright, I was thinking, why not the proximity play to go into Sky and get his 2nd orb? But one thing I will say on GregglyPuff's side, he has that walking monster of the black belt. However, the rest of his party is literally paper thin. One nuke wipes out his party.
Yeah.
One nuke wipes out 3 of his 4 members. Or right here. You can see how you have the rename, you have the OK Man. You get a multi-pack of that, and you get a lot of bad turn order, and that's rough.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
So, Nuke is about the only thing that GregglyPuff is going to fear, and he has to, as Crabcake says, you have to have multiple wipes in Topher, and you're going to have to see 2 Nuke in a row or in tight order to actually, have this party go down.
That's absolutely not going to be fun. I've seen it happen.
Alright, he's on his way back. He's going to honestly, we're gonna take our time. We're gonna see him go for. So when he went down, he actually only rezzed up the Black Mage. So he's dropping the security of the Red Mage, and just with the offense of the Black Mage.
I don't know if that's a smart idea, especially for the position he's in right now.
No. I would have at least brought up the entire party actually, just so you could have the extra run capability. You have the levels, yes, but at the same time, it's just the security. And especially, you want the healing from the Red Mage, though.
Or like, if you want to, you could use the thief as a meat shield.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so GregglyPuff is on list 2. If one punch off doesn't get the kill, but this is going to happen on the next turn. Okay.
Yep, there we go.
112.55, list 2 is down. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what.
No.
What? Oh.
Oh, we had regular worms with thunder, so we lost.
No.
We lost Dang.
No way.
Yep. So he lost his red maid.
Oh, that's not good. That is so not good right now.
Yeah. We don't have life.
This is gonna suck.
But what we do have is we do have fast and we do have temper on that black maid. And that black maid is gone.
Never mind.
Ooh.
Oh, that does not feel great.
Okay, so we're down to 2 characters. You have your runner, and you have your walking Tyrannosaurus black belt. Looks like let's see here. We can do some shuffling of equipment. Let's get people resituated.
I'm not sure if I'd want to go through the rest of Topher with just Sonic the Hedgehog and One Punch Man. I don't know.
Interesting way to describe them. All right, let's see. Kraken doing Kraken things, and there's your meat shield. Okay, 2 hits, 756. Okay, so turn order is in GregglyPuff's favor. At 114.50, you have Kraken 2 down.
Here's these guys.
Okay.
Let's see if he can get Tia.
He's banking it off. 10 hits, 922. Lit 3, practically a free turn. Quad X comes out. Obviously nothing doing. 4 hits, or whatever that was, for 11 plus 100 damage. And you are through Tia 2. Alright. So we are going to be on Chaos. So let's see where we're at.
Cheezinator now going up on Tia 2, not even getting those Terra hugs.
Alright, GregglyPuff punching, 4 hits, 170. Alright, so we don't have Bonk, we do not have Fast, we do not have Temper. We are just punching for,
Oh
okay.
No.
Alright, we have our first Topher wipe.
Cheezinator already has his second orb lit.
Okay. So there's a little catch up there. Alright, so there was some unfortunate turn order. Oh, you know what? Retro Gaming, you call out Locke was at level 6, but I don't believe either of the runners picked it up. It was really expensive, and the time that we saw it, we didn't have a lot of gold, so it was like 12k. Yeah, if you can get fast off, you obviously need your black belt to be alive. Black belt was the second of the 4 black like warriors to drop. Black belt stayed alive obviously till the very end. Red mage dropped first, then you had black belt got killed at Lit, if I'm not mistaken, and then no, black mage dropped at Carry 2, and then you had the thief drop at Kraken 2. Okay.
I mean, good on him for managing to punch out Tia 2, but I'm not sure. I wasn't so sure on that chaos.
No, you just had too much you had too much against you, and you had a very punchy chaos that didn't. I've thrown out a couple of say like flip threes or ice threes or fire threes, a couple of like spells. Then they would have given GregglyPuff enough chance to punch him in the face. However, we did not see any script, so let's see what the second run gives us. Alright, we're on Lit 2 again. GregglyPuff 9 hits, 897, and yep, he is done. Lit 2 is down. He's making his way down to carry 1. Will likely be there in about a minute and a half to 2 minutes now. Okay, carry 2, punch, bunch of weight. 10 hits, 1022, carry 2 is down. Alright, so this is already going a little bit better for GregglyPuff. He has all 4 of his Light Warriors up. At this time, in his previous run, he had 2. So his chances are much better.
It's better. Although, let's not say anything before we get to Kraken 2.
Kraken was going to do Kraken things. Luckily, that Seafood Party Platter did not have a rough script, so you had a bunch of misses there, which is really nice. Right. Okay, Speed has lit his third orb at 11909. Well, let's light that orb for him.
Greg using a thief as a meat shield, and it works, and Kraken is now gone.
Yeah, 16 hits, something like, I don't know, that like 14 hits, 1643.
Kraken is dead. Kraken is dead.
Yep, only lost the thief, which is not a bad thing. Alright, we're gonna get that fast off on that. Yeah, you get the fast off, and here's a free turn. 17 hits, 278 damage, and he had 2
Not bad, not bad at all.
Ooh. Yeah. No problem. So, what we're looking at here, obviously, is whatever Chaos throws at Greggly, only thing that's going to stop him is going to be some sort of skilly script. Oh.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Alright, here we go. Wait. We have a fast going up, and we have a punch. Fire 2, there's a free turn. Fast goes. 6 hits, 311. We're going to do a wait. We're going to do a punch. Stop. Practically a free turn. 7 hits, 375. Punch goes out. We have 6 hits, 311. Nuke.
Oh, and there's Nuke.
Okay, so the good thing is that fast got off. GregglyPuff, 14 hits, 1530.
Oh, there we go.
Your GG's out. In fact, GregglyPuff has won with an official race time, that GG time of 1:20:51.
Oh, that is...
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, so the key was getting the fast off before everything came out, or should we just say, was having the Black Mage alive at all. And in the booth, we have the Duckling Don himself, GregglyPuff. Excuse me, my friend.
Oh, thank you guys so much. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right, thank you.
We're doing really well. Greggly, I was,
What were
Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, what were your thoughts when you first encountered that white D-tile?
Okay, so I've always been of the mindset, yes, I knew we had A-sides the second I saw the slimes. And then I was like, I could either look for eyes or agamas, right? They could be in bad places, or I can take this free grind, and these guys have like less than 120 HP. It's going to take a little bit longer, but I figured if I could just get to 42 as quickly as possible in the early game, it could save me a lot more time in the late game.
Mm-hmm. That ended up being it. So while you were taking the grind at first I was trying to surmise what was going through your brain. First I was like, oh, he's going to take this to 21. He's going to get that first break point. Then I started going, I'm like, all right, he's going to 32. Maybe he'll keep going after that. But then I started to keep moving. I was like, oh, wow, he's sinking a lot of time into this. But then it started to reveal itself that you had all that offense that you needed for everything. And it didn't matter how much exploration that Steve had on you early on. You had that One Punch Man. And that made all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I knew that ice was on the table too, and I always get kind of weird about Ice Cave. You just never know, trying to go in there low level and things just start busting you up. So I just was like, you know what? We're doing it here. This is going to be slow. I was getting about an eye's worth of experience if I fought 2 white Ds, and then if it was like 1, then it was taking a little while. But it took me a while to get there. Grabbed a couple of key items before I went back there so I could get a little bit more EXP before like really finishing up the grind.
Yeah. And that ended up being the difference. Really the only thing that slowed you down after that was just time and just fitting the pieces in this puzzle. It was an interesting shuffle. It wasn't too unreasonable. So you were able to obviously make your way through, and it wasn't like it was a jigsaw where it took a lot. And being completely floaterless, that was very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just when I was when I found the loot, I was basically like, yeah, we're not finding a floater. There's no reason to find a floater. I'm in go mode right now, and I just kind of. My thing with these flags, because of the monster in a box, I always try to clear out places that have the least amount of chests, so that I can find the key item quickly. I was going to avoid sea and sky, or at least hold them off as long as possible.
Yep.
Monster in a bag.
Kind of like it's kind of like Christmas gone wrong with Santa not bringing you presents. So we lost Doc. They had a freeze up, so likely just a reboot, and we'll see if they can get back in here soon. But I'm just trying to walk through. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward feat. Even being Enter Shuffle, even being Monster in a Box, wasn't a lot of terrible things thrown at you. I mean, the early surprise Grey Shark monster box in what was that? That would have been Dwarf Armory. Do a little bit of preview of what you're going to see in the sea grind, which could have been a little dicey. It looks like Doc is going to have to full restart. That's all right. That made things interesting because I was like, well, okay, if we find sea early, we don't want to see sea early because Blizzard Grey Shark are not fun. Especially with you only had 1 ribbon at that time. That was the most knowledge that we saw early on. Otherwise, it was at early input score. There wasn't a lot of nastiness thrown away. It just you found that grind, you made it happen, and you just bulldozed. It's kind of what you do with a black belt comp when you find a tile that you can make happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just trying to get all the levels I can get. Like I said, early on, the better. Even before going into too many dungeons, just because, like I said, I mean, if Ice Cave decided to be ugly, at least I know my black belt would more than likely get through the place, and then I just knew from there. It's just moving at that point. Once I get the grind over, I can literally turn on autopilot and just route my way through the game. And luckily, routing ended up working out. This is one of the first seeds I think I've run in a long time where I didn't end up finding Power Bonk and White Shirt. I mean, I did have the tail, but I mean, I found very few of the dud items, I guess is what you would call them, and obviously the floater wasn't required here. So
yeah, that was a big deal. Is you found tail, no floater, so no promotion. I think obviously the thing that could have given you a chance at that first Topher dive would have been, having Power Bonk and possibly, or defense source, give yourself a little bit of evading, because that first chaos was super funky. And you just walked in with one character and you're like, it's a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen the second chaos, like some lit 2s and fire 2s, and even nuke would have been a welcome than what I saw the first time. Just getting punched, having a punch happy chaos when you're down to a solo character without a defense sword always is no fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but a rough time getting down your first, your first time. You lost your black mage. Who was that? Was that to a red? No, sorry. You lost the red mage to a random pack of monsters. Then you lost black mage from a back row crit from Harry 2. And you lost the thief on what was it? Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, okay, well, Tiamat did nothing to you. Walk through Tiamat, and then it was like, well, you're gonna give it a shot. And Chaos getting a first turn nuke or walking with less than optimal character count was probably the one thing that would have stopped you on your dive, which it did on your first, but on your second, you walked in with all of your characters, all of your worthwhile characters. Getting that fast off was the big difference. It didn't matter when you saw that nuke, because you had fast, and it was just, okay, I took one to the face, I can probably take another, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, the Thunder, really, because I never saw it on the Grey Worms in the Monster in a Box. When I saw them earlier on, it was just one of them, so I was just like, peace. So when the Thunder came out, I was like, uh-oh, this is no good. And then, like you said, my Red Mage died, and I was like, oh, no healing, right? Mm-hmm. And then when Carrie backrode my Black Mage, I was like considering just resetting and going back in, because I figured Cheese was like way ahead of me, or at least either right in front or right behind me in Topher, and I didn't have time to solo it. But I mean, I needed the information too, so it's like it's a catch-22. Like, if I don't win here, at least I have the information, from Kraken 2 and Tia 2 moving forward to deal with them. But it didn't really end up working out. Oof, he got backroad as well, or Black Mage.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Looking here. Yeah, Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things to both parties. Yeah, I'm looking over here and realizing that. We have a call out from Cheese. He could have jumped in here early. We lost Doc to a freeze and now an update, and we're gonna see Cheese take on TS2. Looking over here, we could have gotten him in here for an earlier interview. Mainly the big difference is Greggly, as you said, you just committed to that early grind, and he didn't. He got all the exploration done. He was essentially in almost full go mode. But when he was taking out his first fiend, which was Carrie, he stopped outside of Volcano, and all of the chat actually. We watched him pause because I think he realized, wow, my levels are not where I need to be. I need to go find a grind. Which he did. He sat on Desert and found Steak and Wings off the power cycle and then sandwiches immediately after. So once he got to a point, he was able to take that to 42. That ended up being his go. But then he finished in Desert. He only had one character. He had to go all the way back to Provoca, which was Crescent, heal up, and obviously character up, and then go back and do his specs. And then obviously, he was able to just like you did, punch his way through everything. It was just the difference here is, as a lot of people saw, committing to and taking that early grind and just getting it, versus rushing forward and looking for and doing all those effects. All right, So we do have Cheese in the booth. You, my friend. Cheese, do we have audio with you? Okay, we're watching his fight with Cass. We'll get Cheese's audio in a second. Chaos is throwing out fire tubes. Stop. Ineffective on that Black Mage, essentially. Alright, Super out in chat for an official time of 1:32:30. Cheezinator has taken down Chaos. Good for second place. Okay. Cheezinator is working on his headset. He will be live with audio in just a second. And still looking for Doc to rejoin us, but I think I'll be able to carry us through. Okay. So Cheez ends up with obviously the red base and the black belt. He saw a much lighter version of Chaos than you did, Greggly, on his first encounter. We saw some spell happy Chaos. He did not see Nuke, and he got just enough damage out of that black belt that that he did not need the fast. Okay.
He's gonna orange you sometimes. What are you gonna do?
Yep. Okay. All right. Doc is not able to make their way back into the interview booth to assist with me on the results. So we'll do what we can here. So, how about Greggly? I'll give you a chance to do your final thoughts. Maybe as you do those, we'll see if we can get Cheez in here with his mic working.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to play in spring tournament. I am going to be honest. I can't believe I won this first run here. I'm sure that I will lose the next two because I am not as good as Cheezinator, and I already know that. Sometimes sometimes you're just luckier than you are good, I guess. But I'm excited for the race. We're going to do it tomorrow night at the same time, 11 p.m. And then we have yet to schedule our third race yet. So we should probably get that scheduled, like I said. But it was really awesome. I'm always excited to race Cheezinator. He's been around. Him and I joined the community pretty much around the same time. And our first tournament together was the Chaos Rush tournament. So we've known each other a long time, and I really respect Cheezinator as a runner. He's fantastic, and I just appreciate this run. I think it went really well. Thank you, John, Big Brother, for doing the comms with Doctor, and obviously, SpeedGaming for being here and being awesome and doing the restream for us. Join the Discord if you guys want to join the Discord. Go to the FinalFantasyRandomizer.com if you enjoyed what you saw, and that's all I got. I can't believe I'm up one. I can't even believe it.
Closing thoughts. I just got in here. GG GregglyPuff. I was having headset issues.
Yeah. Please give us your thoughts on the run. It's just me in the booth right now. We lost Doc to a restart to a freeze on Discord. So tell us a couple thoughts on the run. What were some points where you felt changes, things kind of ebb and flow.
Before I get there, I need to know a couple things from GregglyPuff. I have two questions. One, did you find Floater? And two, did you grind the Agama or something else?
No and no. I ground the white dragons in Northwest Castle for like the first 30 minutes of the run. I just went in there and I had 3 fire 3s and they had less than like 120 HP. So I just sat there and ground them for pretty much the first half of my run because I didn't want to risk the Eye or the Agama being in goofy places. And
I was literally in Topher. I wasn't even looking for Eye or Agama that sternly, right? Like if I'd come across Red Dragon or Zombie Dragon, any of those other ones at a time where I was like, this is a comfortable thing, I can solo this no problem, I would have done them. But the times I came across them, I didn't have like the capacity to kill them quickly, so I just kept saying, well, maybe the next tile, maybe the next tile. Eventually I sucked it up and went all the way out to Desert and found that I could do steak and wings into sandwiches off Power Cycle, but the sandwiches were really high ambush and the steak had like 900 HP.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. We saw you get there, and it was
90% of the difference, I guess, is that you had the early grind, and I looked every tile except for Sea Shrine, right? And I didn't want to commit to Sea Shrine because I was like, if it's not down there, this is suicide. I can't kill Kraken. Same thing happened with Volcano. I was there and left because if the grind at the bottom wasn't good, then I couldn't kill Carrie. So I got picked apart this whole run trying to find a grind, and the desert, it was too little too late.
Yeah, there's a question in chat, and we're gonna. I think I know the answer to this. So Keys, you had a standstill moment once you got out of Volcano. You went to the bathroom.
I went before the race, and I was like, I should be fine. And then it was just, I had to go again, and it was like building up to this, like, oh my god, I can't even focus. I can't think straight. I don't know where to go on the run, and I need to go to the bathroom. So I just sucked it up. I knew, like, if I lose by 45 seconds or a minute or something, then I should have drank less water today. I don't know.
Oh man, Hey 13's in chat saying he called it. He called the bio break. Oh man, it happens sometimes. It's the best of us. All right, well, let's give SB1 their channel back. I will take it away. Greggly and Keys, this was a great run, and yes, the difference was the early grind, but still, both of you still executed. The run itself wasn't that bad of a shuffle. I mean, I have not seen a lot of town shuffle C's, but this just seemed too wonky. It was Cornerless Stone Moon.
C is about as good as you can ask for. You get 2 free key items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you got them early. It was really nice. So thank you both for running. Obviously, we will see you tomorrow for round 2 of the best of 3. And I'm looking forward to catching up on that one. All I'll do is I'll take us away. So thank you to SpeedGaming 1 for having us tonight. Thank you to both of you runners for running a great race and the great sportsmanship and the great feedback and the closing thoughts from you. Thank you to my co-coms Doc Rosalia. Unfortunately, they had an issue with Discord and had to drop off, and then they were stuck in a reboot cycle, or I'm sorry, an update cycle. Thank you to Magnum Mysterium, a newer comms on the team, and much like myself about a month ago, getting their feet wet and right in the thick of spring tournament. Thank you to chat for all the participation and walking along through us and helping us. Thank you to the community, and for the spring tournament, it's lit. We had a lot of great matches. Don't sleep on any of them. Come back tomorrow, see round 2 of this. Give our runners a follow. If you're a little bit tweaky, give your crew a follow. Doc, Rosalia, and myself both have Twitches. We'd love to see you sometimes in our channels too. So for the entire FFR community, please have a fantastic night. We'll talk to you soon. Continue to